We start this hour of Sunrise with breaking news just into our newsroom. Portland police say they're searching for a man that they say fired shots at Milwaukee police.
Our Thomas Schultz is live near the search perimeter by Eastmoreland Golf Course. So Thomas, what do we know?
Well, China and Drew, I got to tell you, we've seen about half a dozen police officers out and about just around the perimeter of the golf course. Let's show you a little bit of what we're seeing out here. It's pretty astounding seeing a lot of guys just out, some with helmets on, police officers that is, monitoring the perimeter of the golf course where they believe this suspect is. Now let's break this down and how this all started. Police say that just before 3 a.m., Portland police responded to a call from Milwaukee police who were coming into Portland after a suspect allegedly fired at their officers. Police were then notified that the suspect crashed his car at Southeast Tacoma in 26, then ran into the Eastmoreland Golf Course. Residents here around the golf course have been asked to stay inside. CERT and crisis negotiation teams have also searched the golf course, and that's still something that is ongoing as well. You can see a heavy police presence here in Southeast Portland. A lot of officers continuing to monitor him, and once again, this suspect is still at large. Police are going to be out here until they are able to apprehend him. Throughout this time process, early this morning, MAX train lines were disrupted. They are now back and running. Union Pacific trains were also temporarily halted. We are expecting to learn more about this developing situation from both Milwaukee police and Portland police. Once we have that updated information, we'll bring it to you as soon as we get it. Drew, China.
All right, Thomas Schultz keeping an eye on things for us out there in Southeast Portland this morning. One of our other top stories today, the weather impact alert that we're calling for today and tomorrow. Rod's in now with all the details.
Yeah, well, you see the radar behind me, so everything is on track, this two-day event. Today is the scattered shower event, but you can tell by looking at this, showers expected to be numerous. And as we go through the day, there's an increasing threat that we'll start to get some downpours mixed in. And we may or may not see some hail or a rumble of thunder. Tomorrow, the second day of the alert, is for that push of steady rain. Still on track. Widespread, just hours of steady rain tomorrow morning into the afternoon. So far, you saw Thomas reporting live for us. Look over there by Eastmoreland. It looked like it was pretty dry. Rain is picking up, especially east of 205 at this hour. We've had scattered showers up and down the coast since, I don't know, at least 3 o'clock a.m. this morning. 51 in Lincoln City right now. And there's the downtown look where a lot of the pavement is still dry. So, you know, in terms of right now, the impact on the morning commute, probably not bad because we haven't had much rain. But as we go through the 8 and 9 o'clock hour, we will eventually see more wet weather develop. And there's the first raindrops of the morning being reported at PDX. 58 at noon, that storm chance, remember, mixed with all the showers later today. High temperature 63. Back to you.
Thank you, Ron. All right, your time now is 7:03. Taking a live look at the Hawthorne Bridge. Yes, that is live. There's just no traffic on it, which is good because we want to let you know that the bridge will be completely shut down on Sunday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. for maintenance work. So that means no cars, no pedestrians, no cyclists. And here are your drive times this morning. Green is go, green is good. 12, 16, and 18 minutes to get where you need to go.
All right, one of our other big stories this hour, a man suspected of leaving a homemade bomb near I-5 last weekend is expected to appear at court later today. Law enforcement arrested him yesterday in Northeast Portland. KGW's Catherine Cook talked with neighbors who saw the whole thing go down.
This is the Portland Police Bureau. We have a search warrant.
Loud hails by Portland police cut through midday calm Thursday afternoon near Northeast 15th and Wygant.
Come out of the front door now with your hands above your head.
My mind was racing of what is happening.
Neighbor Megan Sutton took this video. It shows Portland's CERT team with guns drawn before taking one man into custody. The bomb squad was also there and the FBI.
We're like, what's going on? Is this an ICE raid? Is this federal? Like, we had no clue.
Police were serving a search warrant connected to a disturbance involving an explosive device on I-5 Saturday night. Police say 38-year-old Alexander Wick was at the Failing Street pedestrian bridge throwing several items into traffic, including construction cones. Police shared this image of Wick captured by a dash cam. As drivers stopped, police say Wick slashed their tires, threatened them with a screwdriver, and said he had a bomb, which he left along I-5 before leaving the scene. Police shut down I-5 for nearly an hour while the bomb squad disabled the improvised explosive device.
I had no clue. We all were dumbfounded when the situation came by. I walk past the house all the time. I've never seen any suspicious activity.
A Portland fire investigator ID'd Wick, which led officers to the house Thursday. Wick was booked on several charges, including possession of a destructive device, first-degree criminal mischief, and attempted arson.
Again, that was Catherine Cook reporting for us this morning. Investigators are also looking for what they're calling video evidence or eyewitness accounts of Saturday's incident along I-5. So if you can help, contact Portland Police.
And I was like, oh my God, that was gunfire. So I sat there for a moment or two thinking, do I need to call the police?
Neighbors in North Portland are rattled after a homeowner shot and injured an intruder he says kicked in the front door of his home in the middle of the night.
The suspect, 35-year-old Austin Mason Jones, faces a first-degree burglary charge. So this all happened early yesterday morning, just before 1:30 over on North Baldwin Street. The homeowner says the suspect was banging on his doors for about 10 minutes, and he says he told the man that he was armed. And when the intruder eventually broke in, the homeowner fired 4 shots.
Rightfully so. That's ridiculous. So it's terrifying all the way around.
Speaking generally, what we ask people to do is similar to what we see here, where if someone is trying to break into your home, certainly people have a right to defend themselves and defend their homes.
Police, by the way, have not charged the homeowner for the shooting. The suspect is in the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. We also know the name of the cyclist hit and killed by a MAX train in southeast Portland on Wednesday. Authorities have identified him as Michael O'Callahan, believed to be the same Michael O'Callahan who ran for Portland mayor just last year. The Multnomah County Sheriff's Office says O'Callahan rode around lowered crossing arms at Southeast 8th and Division before he was hit by an Orange Line train. On his campaign website, O'Callahan said he lived unhoused in Portland for the last 15 years and led a life full of political activism.
In Washington, a memorial service is being held in Wenatchee for Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia Decker. Their father, Travis, charged with killing them, remains on the run with searches ongoing in the mountains of Chelan and Kittitas counties. Wenatchee florist who is helping create a tribute said news of the tragedy spread around the globe.
You could feel it, and people, I was in Spain, and people there knew. Yeah, I mean, they knew about it.
The Decker girls' grandfather, dance teacher, and family friends are expected to speak at tonight's service, which begins at 7.
A brush fire forced some residents in St. Helens to evacuate their homes. This fire started just outside city limits yesterday afternoon near Railroad Avenue and First Street. It threatened at least 12 homes and businesses.
There was a lot of smoke. It was like a big cloud of smoke over these trees, and you could tell that it was pretty close. And it was just like, my grandkids live in the neighborhood, and we need to get out of here.
The evacuation orders didn't last long, though. They were lifted around 4 o'clock yesterday. Investigators determined the fire was human-caused, but don't know yet exactly how it started.
The Alder Springs fire burning northwest of Redmond, Oregon is now 40% contained. All level 3 go now evacuation orders have been lifted. The fire has burned some 3,200 acres, and officials say they believe it's human-caused.
The cost of fighting wildfires in Oregon is a huge expense, so state lawmakers are looking for new ways to cover those costs. And one idea they're considering at this point is a tax on nicotine pouches. They're considering a bill that would add a 65-cent tax on tins of 20 pouches or less. Sponsors of this bill estimate it could raise up to $30 million over the course of 2 years.
It's something we can do right now, again, for a rapidly growing market that is not currently taxed, that we can find the revenue that, that we need to keep our communities safe.
This bill is just one possible part to a huge wildfire funding plan that Governor Kotek and state lawmakers are trying to work out before the current legislative session ends on June 29th.
Your time now is 7:09. Get your floaties ready because Portland's outdoor pools are set to open today. They'll be open until August 22nd. The pools include swim lessons, lap swimming, water fitness classes, and more. And for more information, go to portland.gov.
Can you sign me up for one of those swim lessons, please?
Yeah, you need a few of them.
All right. How about balloon talk this morning? Yep, the Tigert Festival of Balloons gets underway today. It continues tomorrow and Sunday right there at Cook Park, where things are pretty quiet right now. Eric Patterson, Our Sunrise photographer has been out there since before 5 o'clock this morning. We did see earlier balloons inflated and some of them tethered to the ground, but no balloons went up into the sky today because of the rain in the forecast. Yeah, this is a very weather-dependent event. They do have other things happening throughout the weekend, including a carnival, a car show on Sunday. There's a kids' site there at the Festival of Balloons. But again, pretty quiet right now. If you want more information on all this, you can go to tigrantballoon.org. Rod, we talked about it, not only today, but also tomorrow morning. Really not great for all this balloon flying business.
Unless I'm misunderstanding, it looks like everybody's basically left, Drew.
Well, there's also, I was questioning that, Rod. There's 2 fields over there that they use now. Now,
okay.
Obviously, there's no one there where we're looking. There is a second field. Maybe there's still some balloons over there. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's been kind of a bust, if you will, as far as balloon flights go today.
Well, you mentioned we had some of the balloons being inflated, even for tethering. They don't like to get the balloons wet. Right. Very expensive.
Makes it hard to pack.
Recipe.
They're soaking wet.
Yeah. So, doggone it. That's some years the weather's great. Some years not. This year it's not going to be.
Come back tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Come back to, tomorrow could be even worse.
Come back Sunday.
Good grief. And then we have the pools opening today. If you don't know, and I didn't know this, the city pools are heated. So it's literally going to be warmer in the swimming pool today than it will be outside of the swimming pool on a day that's going to largely be only in the 50s with rain showers coming and going. Depending on the weather, of course, if you have a lightning threat this afternoon, which we may have, the pools would not be allowed to be open. So there's all that going on what is the final hours of spring, the summer solstice, 7 o'clock hour this evening, our time. We've got rain showers being detected in Baker City. We've got rain picking up here in the Willamette Valley. We've had rain showers going on since shortly after midnight along the Oregon coast. There's Portland now absolutely seeing some mainly light scattered rain showers. Salem picking up some scattered showers as well. And this is part of the story. What is that? Is that flour? No, it's snow. Timberline Lodge, temperature has been holding right around freezing, now at 31 degrees. I still think there could be some heavier bands of moisture hit at some point, especially overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, that we could actually see some accumulation of snow up at Timberline Lodge. There are the raindrops on the camera down in Salem, 52, where showers have picked up more so than Portland. And it looks like there may be some showers off to the distance in this view from Chehalem Tasting Room out in Sherwood, where it's 52 degrees. Temperatures aren't going to do a lot today. I mean, it's 56 in Portland right now, but we'll get some dry time. That will allow temperatures to bump up in between showers. It's only 48 out in Estacada. Futurecast just shows 8 o'clock this morning. Here we are at noon. Scattered showers picking up, and those bright colors representing the possibility of some downpours mixed in that could produce some hail, maybe even a rumble of thunder. Again, the scattered shower threat expanding across all of our state today with the cooler temperatures you can see on the map. Impact alert today and tomorrow. Tomorrow it's not scattered, it's just raining, steady rain. 8 o'clock through about 2 o'clock tomorrow is the timing for Portland. And then Sunday looks to be really mainly dry with a lingering shower chance. And that is your forecast.
Thank you, Rod. Here are your drive times. It's going to be 12 minutes from Main Street to I-405. Patton Parkway to I-84, going to take you only 11.
It is actually a community gathering where everyone can celebrate the freedom of Black people.
Still to come here on Sunrise. Juneteenth was yesterday, but the celebrations around the area continue through this weekend. We're going to have a look at some upcoming events that you may want to check out yourself. Meanwhile, we're checking out the coast right here. A live look from our Chinook Winds Casino Resort Skycam. A cloudy, rainy day at the coast, into the valley. It's going to last through tomorrow at least. Rod Hill with all the details on this morning and tomorrow's Weather Impact Alert days coming up as Sunrise Live at 7 continues.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
KGW's Evening News. Important stories to help you stay informed and keep your family safe.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Christine Pitawanich.
And I'm David Molko.
Weather impact alerts to help you plan your week.
We need to be extra careful with anything that can throw a spark.
And a team of local journalists connected to our community. David Molko, Christine Pitawanich, and Matt Zaffino. Your Evening News team, tonight on KGW.
Yesterday was Juneteenth, and to commemorate the day, groups across Portland held their own celebrations. Daisy Caballero went to check some of them out.
We are currently at the 3rd annual Miso Maker Market Juneteenth event, where people here say that they're ready for the week-long celebration.
June 19th is a day to commemorate freedom, resilience, and Black excellence.
Believe it or not, on this table, we probably have close to 10 different vendors.
Some people are doing just that at the Miso Maker Market by showcasing their handmade creations with their culture top of mind.
So the celebration, the impact that is created, the freedom that is created to be able to have a small business even.
It is actually a community gathering where everyone can celebrate the freedom of Black people.
Ambrosia Johnson is a vendor at the event, providing paint opportunities for children and community members. She says it's heartwarming to see Portland show out for the holiday.
It feels like people actually care and at the same time that they don't mind learning.
Also in Northeast Portland, another Juneteenth celebration at the Miracles Club, where they had food, music, and more vendors who say,
you know, that's a way that I express my Blackness as far as my jewelry.
Eloisa Dance has been crafting jewelry for 50 years and is glad to see more Juneteenth celebrations in the Rose City.
As we celebrate year by year, more people become involved and more people have the knowledge about Juneteenth.
Reporting in Northeast Portland, Daisy Caballero, KGW News.
We also want to let you know that coming up tomorrow, the group Juneteenth Oregon is hosting a parade and free festival. That parade will start at 11 o'clock in the morning at King Elementary in Northeast Portland and make its way down MLK Boulevard. You can find more information about the free festival at JuneteenthOR.com.
This weekend, a big event is celebrating everything about animation. The Lake Oswego Festival of the Arts will give fans a chance to meet talented animators, puppet makers, and producers from studios including Oregon-based Leica Studios. We talked to Bill Plimpton, who's known for his gag reels on The Simpsons. He says Oregon has become a popular place for animators.
The talent here, the great studios are drawing talent from all over the world. And so that makes it sort of a homegrown media center, and that's what I love about it.
The festival starts this morning at 9 o'clock and runs through the weekend at the Lakewood Center for the Arts at George Rogers Park. Details at lakewood-center.org.
All right, let's take another live look outside at the Tigert Festival of Balloons, or in this case,
how can you tell it's live? How do we know?
Because that red bar up at the top of the screen tells me so. That's it, though, Rod. There was activity here this morning. I will tell you that. There were balloons inflated. They did some tethered rides, but no balloons were sent into the sky because of the rain that's in the area today. Yeah. And now all those balloons have been packed away for the day. Maybe, we'll see about this, but one of the best events at the Tigert Festival of Balloons is what's known as the Night Glow. And so as we bring Rod Hill back into the mix, Night Glow happens on Friday and Saturday nights, so tonight and tomorrow night. As the sun goes down, they'll put those balloons, again, tethered, but about 50 feet in the air, and they're all lit up, and it's pretty cool as the night sky sets in. But they won't do that if it's raining at nighttime either. So what do you think tonight?
So there will be scattered showers this evening. I would say there's at least a 50-50 shot that there's practically no rain in the area tomorrow night. So there's at least a chance they could do that.
Okay.
Saturday evening. And they're trying to go up Sunday morning as well. Is that right?
Yeah, every morning they try to fly in the sky. Every night they try to do the night glow.
So the rain's starting now. Most of this event wraps up early to mid-afternoon tomorrow. And then we'll see what we have Saturday evening, and we'll see what we have or don't have Sunday morning. Here's our KGW weather impact alert for the 2 days. No changes here. Everything's playing along the way we've been hopefully prepping you 4. It's a scattered precip pattern today. And that makes it difficult to tell, how much rain we're going to get or not and how much wet versus dry time there is. But we have every reason as forecasters to alert you that there is the possibility of spotty downpours of hail and even rumbles of thunder mixing in a little bit later today. So we'll keep an eye on that. Tomorrow, no rain threat in terms of stormy weather, but we are looking at this big area of steady rain where it's absolutely going to be raining across the region nonstop. In Portland from about 8 until 2 in the afternoon. That's tomorrow. And then we'll see how many scattered showers we have lingering Saturday evening into the day, Sunday or not. Big upper level low right here. This is all feeding in. You can see the green, of course, is the radar picking up the moisture. Some moisture already this morning out from Burns to Baker City. And then you can see the scattered activity, which has absolutely multiplied in just the past hour here on the west side. So right now, Salem's has some showers that are starting to pass. We've got some light rain around Portland, more so over on the east side and then down south toward Wilsonville right now, and the scattered showers along the coast. It has been raining on and off all morning at the beach. That's Chinook Winds Casino Resort Camera in Lincoln City. Now you get out into Wasco County, you can see the breezes are blowing out there along the Columbia, and it is cloudy, and we do in fact expect scattered showers to make their way through the gorge today as well. So the Dow's currently dry in 58, and already this morning northwesterlies are kicking to 30 miles per hour out there. All right, Rose City, where we have had some rain around, and in fact at the top of the hour, the airport out along the Columbia reporting a rain shower and 54 degrees. 52 in Kelso, not much variance in the temperature department this morning. Everybody has a mix of cloudiness and some showers in the area, at least here on the west side, 48 in Bend. Here's the wide futurecast, 4 o'clock. Just shows the scattered shower threat. Not so much in eastern Washington, but west sides of our 2 states and then out into Oregon. And the bright colors, those possibilities of some downpours mixed in. Rain amounts all total, still between about a half and an inch of rain. One of the models that I really think has a good track record shows we get a half of an inch of rain here in Portland just tomorrow between 8 and 2 p.m. with that steady rain that comes down. So if there's, obviously you can't be outside if we have thunder and lightning pop later today. And it would be difficult to do much in the steady rain tomorrow morning into early afternoon. Sunday could be primarily dry, and that is your update. Oh yeah, summer starts this evening in the 7 o'clock hour. Don't forget about that. Extra.
Thank you, Rodney. All right, your time now is 7:22. Taking a live look at the lower deck of the Markham Bridge, heading southbound on I-5. Things looking pretty clear over there. And here's a look at your traffic map. No major issues to report out there.
We'll call this next story a traffic-related story. Honda recalling hundreds of thousands of its cars actually because of issues with the brake pedal. I would say stopping your car is actually more important than starting your car, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to have this story for you and other national headlines right after this.
KGW's Evening News. Important stories to help you stay informed and keep your family safe.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Christine Pitawanich.
And I'm David Molko.
Weather impact alerts to help you plan your week.
We need to be extra careful with anything that can throw a spark.
And a team of local journalists connected to our community. David Molko, Christine Pitawanich, and Matt Zaffino. Your Evening News team. Tonight on KGW.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Here's a look at some national headlines this morning with your Morning Rush. U.S. Border Patrol agents say they shut down a large-scale drug smuggling tunnel that connected San Diego to Tijuana. This tunnel was fully dialed. It had electrical wiring, lighting inside, a ventilation system, and a track to transport the drugs. Experts say drug tunnels like this are actually a lot more uncommon now than they were in the early 2000s. We're also talking about severe weather that continues to hit parts of the eastern U.S. This is a look at the situation in the D.C. suburbs where a huge tree crashed on a car. Wind gusts hit up to 66 miles an hour as severe thunderstorms rolled through that region yesterday. And we mentioned this right before the last break. Honda is recalling more than 259,000 cars because of a problem that can cause the brake pedal to shift out of place, and that would lead to drivers not being able to stop or slow down their cars. So this recall covers certain Honda Pilots and Honda Acuras. And that's a look at your Morning Rush. Here's a look at what's coming up in our next half hour of Sunrise. We have our first hint of the new name for the new team that's coming here to Portland in the WNBA, but it's not actually a new name at all. More details on the way. Plus,
KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
Good morning on this final morning of spring, the summer solstice local time in the 7 o'clock hour this evening. So we have a KGW weather impact alert for scattered showers today that could turn stormy during the afternoon hours, and then for hours of steady rain tomorrow. So everything is starting off the way we thought. We've seen the amount of shower activity pick up in the past hour. So far in Portland and Salem, it's been mostly light passing showers. As far as I can tell, the roadways aren't terribly wet, but we're going to be getting wetter and wetter as the day progresses. There are all of the raindrops on the camera lens and the rain being reported down in Salem as we look at the state capitol. Rose City camera, again, we haven't had that much rain here in Portland yet, but there are some scattered showers around, including PDX, where the temperature is 54 right now. So the impact alert through the day, 58 degrees at noon, that threat of spotty downpours that could contain hail, maybe even a rumble of thunder for your afternoon. The scattered showers keep going tonight. Then we have steady rain on Saturday between about 8 and 2, it looks like, for Portland. Widespread steady rain. Right now, your Sunday plans could be dry with a mainly quiet day.
We want to get back to the breaking news we've been covering for the past hour in Southeast Portland, where Portland police are searching for a man they say fired shots at Milwaukee police.
Thomas Schultz is live near the search perimeter. So, Thomas, what do you know so far?
Well, Drew and China, it's kind of an astounding scene out here. More than 40 officers are on the ground searching that golf course. You can see here the vehicles as they continue to monitor him. If we pan to the right here in just a second, you can also see officers along the tree line, along with trucks, out with guns, searching the area just 50 feet away from our vicinity here. We've seen officers pointing down the rifle, K9s here as well, as there's a huge amount of police presence out here at the golf course searching for this suspect, who is considered armed and dangerous. This suspect allegedly fired at Milwaukee police officers. Milwaukee then contacted Portland police as that suspect drove towards southeast Portland. That happened around 3 o'clock this morning. Fortunately, police tell us there were no injuries from those shots fired, though police also say that they were notified the suspect crashed his car at Southeast Tacoma and 26. And guys, actually, we're hearing some dogs barking here. That's a K9 down there. Police seem to have cornered into a section of this golf course here. We're seeing another K9 run over to that area. There might be some indication of something changed. I'm gonna have our photographer actually come step over this way. There's a little bit of better shot here. We got another car, or excuse me, not a car, a K9 walking into the scene as more officers are coming down toward this corner here. We obviously don't know if they're honing in on the suspect, although this is K9s actively searching for this suspect, and they seem to be pretty active at the moment right now. If we pan to the right here as well, I don't know how good of a shot you can see, but there's a heavy presence, both from officers and K9s, in the corner of the golf course here. Once again, we are at East Moreland Golf Course in southeast Portland, where people are being urged to stay inside if they can. Right now, obviously, police understand people are going to work, but there is a suspect that they believe is on this golf course who fired shots, they say, at Milwaukee police officers. That's led to this immense police presence. Looks like they're taking one K9 away. Still heavy police presence here in this corner by B Bridge as they continue to search for a suspect. Once again, it looked like they were honing in on this corner here, but it seems like this is just a continuation of the search. Unclear if that suspect is just feet away from where we are or not. Of course, once again, there are police all across the golf course here, but a heavy amount of them here in this area as well. This suspect, again, still at large, obviously, and considered armed and dangerous as well, guys. We'll provide you all the latest information here. If we do have any recurring action or seems like these dogs are on the chase here, we'll come right back to you and give it to you as soon as we can, guys.
Well, we are live here on KGW Plus now until 9 o'clock, so definitely, Thomas, we'll be checking back in with you over the course of the next 90 minutes to see how this story in southeast Portland develops.
Another big story here at 7:30 is weather. We do have a weather impact alert we need to talk about.
You know, I'm thinking, though, I've never in my life showed up to a golf course and they're like, sorry, we're closed.
You can't play right now.
We have police activity on the course. How bizarre is that? And that's one of the beloved courses in all of Portland.
Sure.
And the second thing is, Thomas and they need to be careful.
I mean, I was surprised by how close they were to that police activity, for sure.
Yeah. All right. To the weather impact alert, which is up for today and tomorrow. Just for the rain, right now there's nothing overly alerting, if you will. Scattered showers moving through, but the rain shower activity is going to just pick up, and eventually the roads will become increasingly wet across the area. And as we get into this afternoon, we still believe there could be some downpours erupt with some hail and maybe even a rumble of thunder. So all in all, this is certainly a day where you're going to be planning your activities around the weather, and that is our focus when we put out these KGW weather impact alert. Is it kind of an unusual weather situation for that date of the year where you maybe don't have the day with your plans typically like you would expect? And that's absolutely the case on this final day of spring. Summer begins this evening in the 7 o'clock hour. Raindrops on the lens from Lincoln City Snookwinds Casino Resort. Again, Portland so far hasn't seen a lot of rain in downtown, but there have been scattered light showers around. We're at 54 degrees. And there's that threat of some stormy weather perhaps in the afternoon hours. When the sun goes down at 9:03, it will be summer. It won't feel like summer, but it will be summer. That's your update.
All right, Rodney. Rainy drive this morning for a lot of our viewers as well. Quick look at the drive times, a few anyways around the area. We're starting to see that one from Wilsonville into downtown Portland slow down a bit. The average speed at 48 miles an hour, and it's taking riders about 22 minutes to get from Wilsonville to the Markham Bridge.
This morning, we're hearing from the lawyer of a Colombian asylum seeker taken into custody after immigration hearing.
ICE officers detained him right after he left the courthouse in downtown Portland earlier this week. A witness captured the arrest on their cell phone and shared it with us. Here's KGW's Celine Stevens with more.
It is devastating to watch this unfold in my city.
This video, taken by Tristan Edwards Wednesday morning, shows a man being taken away from his car in downtown Portland and moved into a black SUV by Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents. Edwards and her husband, Grant Hartley, who are both attorneys, were arriving to work when they came across this scene.
I walked around and I saw that his badge said ICE on it, and so I immediately got my phone out and started recording the interaction.
According to court documents, the man detained, identified as EATB, is from Colombia and is seeking asylum. His attorney, Yesenia Martinez, who was the woman seen in the video, says he had just appeared in immigration court with his mother when soon after leaving, he was pulled over.
I didn't think he would necessarily be detained in the manner that he was detained, and I thought that after the case was going to continue that he wasn't necessarily at risk for being detained because he had been following all his requirements.
Hartley and Edwards watching it all unfold from the sidewalk.
I think it's a very helpless feeling when you're an advocate for somebody and your job is to defend their rights and you see those rights being violated, but there's very little you can do because these are federal officers.
You can imagine that for anybody who is an immigrant right now, I am sure it is a terrifying time to even be alive.
Martinez says an agent claimed her client had missed a check-in.
I said, no, he hasn't, because those are things that I monitor with my clients to make sure that they're complying with all of their requirements to not be detained. I showed them the phone, and then their story changed. Well, he's an enforcement priority.
I reached out to ICE to find out more about the specifics related to EATB's case, but I have not yet heard back. Martinez says that she was not allowed to see her client at the Portland ICE facility on Wednesday and that he's now being held in a detention center in Tacoma. In downtown Portland, Celine Stevens, KGW News.
An appeals court is allowing President Donald Trump to keep using the National Guard to respond to anti-ICE protests in Los Angeles. That decision halts a ruling from a lower court judge who found that President Trump acted illegally when he activated the National Guard, despite opposition from California Governor Gavin Newsom. This was the first time the state's National Guard has been deployed by the president without the governor's permission since 1965. Your time now is 7:38, and Portland's WNBA team will be on the court this time next year.
It looks like the new team is going to go with an old name. So here's what we're talking about. This week, the WNBA submitted trademarks related to the Portland Fire. Fire was the name of Portland's WNBA team that played here for 3 years between 2000 and 2002 before the team folded. So nothing official from the new team yet, but the people behind the Rose Garden report say all signs point towards the Fire making a comeback.
Something appears on the website, that means that, things are really in motion. So the fact that they appeared today would certainly seem to indicate that they are gearing up to have that be the name of the team. Obviously nothing's official yet, but that's the way it's trending right now. And I've also been hearing over the last few months from a variety of different places that was the direction that it was heading. So this would just appear to be confirmation of that.
An official announcement on the team's name and team colors is expected sometime later this summer. Portland's team, by the way, will enter the league next year alongside another new team, the Toronto Tempo. Another live. Oh, good.
Oh, that's cute.
We've got activity. The last couple times we went out to Tiger for the Festival of Balloons, there was nothing happening. But now at least we've got some pancake flipping. Whoa. Nice catch. Yes. Yeah. We're clapping here on the Sunrise Show for that pancake catcher and flipper. It's got to work on both ends. You need a good giver and a good receiver. The Tiger Festival of Balloons is a whole weekend-long event today, tomorrow, and Sunday at Cook Park. They didn't do any balloon launching. No, wait, where's it at? Oh.
3-second rule, 4-second rule. But there you go. No. Eat it.
No.
Oh, come on, kid.
Waste not, want not.
Oh, gentle parenting. Get it. It doesn't matter. Eat it.
Did we get that one? Yeah, it's right there.
Don't let it fall on the
ground. There you go. Oh, that's a good one.
Throw some dirt on it.
What are we doing? I think we're talking about the Festival of Balloons. I've lost sight of the main event. Now we're into pancake catching in Tigard. The annual pancake. Oh, yeah! Yes! That was fantastic. Rod, how long can we do this for?
This is the most exciting part of our day. Just
one more and then we'll go, I swear. One more.
Here we go, one more. Those pancakes look good, by the way, right? Beautifully kind of golden.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Sir, that's
gonna go?
You need to see the flip.
Come on.
Now it's burnt.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, yes! Good. All right, yeah, they do a pancake breakfast on Fridays at this annual event. Yeah. What they did not do today, Rod, was launch balloons into the sky because of the wet weather in the area. So what's the latest on the rain?
Got him.
I got to admit, I was kind of getting sleepy, and that woke me up. Now I'm ready to take on my Friday.
Bunch of athletes out there.
Here's our KGW weather impact alert for today's shower activity, which started on cue here in the valley around 7-ish or so this morning, and we've seen the shower activity slowly pick up. One of the reasons for the alert today is eventually we think this could lead to some downpours that you'd be kind of running, from, if you will. Maybe even some hail and rumbles of thunder. We also have rain this morning out around Baker City and then migrating northward up into Idaho. You can see all the showers here on the west side. So far, there's been more scattered shower activity near I-5 and off to the east here in Portland. The coast is just going to continue to see scattered showers throughout the day. So really, it's not that wet out right now here in the valley. I mean, we haven't had enough water in most areas to really make the concrete wet. Here's a Lewis River golf course up in Woodland. I like the fact we got some golfers with their coats on and they're taking on the day up there. But remember, if you're going to be out golfing or working this afternoon, you will need to keep an eye on what the radar is showing because of that potential for some hail or even some rumbles of thunder or lightning. Here's the Chehalem Tasting Room camera live out in Sherwood showing the cloudy skies. We're starting off in the 50s. Breezes have been southwest, generally 5 to 10 miles per hour since our show started this morning. It's 52 degrees down in Albany right now. Futurecast is just showing you the rotation of scattered showers statewide. And again, the bright colors indicating that, there could be some stormy skies eventually today. 63 at most for the high probably, and then tomorrow the more impactful day I think overall because we're going to get this big wall of just steady rain from about 8 to 2 where everything's going to be a washout, and then drier later tomorrow, and Sunday could go on to be dry, but we're going to monitor a shower chance. Sunday's high 71. Back to you.
Thank you, Rod. Time is 7:42. Taking a live look at Highway 26 heading westbound at the Ross Island Bridge. That's the bridge I take every single day. Looks really clear. Looks like only, one side. People are only going one way today. That's it. We'll be right back.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news, live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
KGW's 6 o'clock news. Important stories to help you stay informed and keep your family safe.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Christine Pitawanich.
And I'm David Molko.
Weather impact alerts to help you plan your week.
We need to be extra careful with anything that can throw a spark.
And a team of local journalists connected to our community. David Molko, Christine Pitawanich, and Matt Zaffino. Your evening news team. Watch weeknights at 6 on KGW.
Yeah, that's a little dangerous right there.
He has no.
Oh my gosh! The shark was scared of the swimmer.
A little too close for comfort there. South Florida, Ocean Rescue confirmed that the sighting in a waist-deep water, you guys, off Fort Lauderdale Beach. Said it cleared the water there for about a half hour after that. Thankfully, no one was hurt, and officials say the sighting wasn't unusual. So I'll make a note to never go there. They're not sure what kind of shark it was.
Oh, this happens all the time?
All the time.
See you later.
Yeah. Well, see you later. All right, Rod. Today, first official day of summer in like 10 hours or something, 12 hours. And to celebrate, Capri Sun relaunched this bad boy, an extra long pouch to commemorate the longest day of summer. So that's the comparison right there. I can't even read right now. The pouch is 15 inches tall. What is it, hour 3? The pouch is 15 inches tall. Okay, costs only $1.50, which that's kind of a steal. But to get your hands on one, you're too late because it's sold exclusively at Walmart and they're out already.
I know what happened there. It's happened to me before. You got very excited about that story. You were thinking about those 15.
I was reading, but I was watching because I haven't seen the video of it, and I was so intrigued to see what it looked like.
Overly excited, I'd say, about the 15 inches of Capri Sun pouches.
Capri Sun, Capri Sun. Did they have Capri Sun when you were a kid?
It's a little sweet, isn't it? Isn't that kind of?
I don't know if I've ever had a Capri Sun.
I think the answer to your question is yes. But I think to me it wasn't my thing. I think they're a little sweet.
Not even for your kids?
No.
They have it?
No.
Oh my God. Okay.
They have just the orange, I think, too, right? The orange juice flavor. Capri Sun.
I think you were thinking of Tang.
No. But we did grow up having
flavors.
Tang.
Plenty of flavors.
We got the healthy juice packs for our kids.
Aww.
The healthy juice packs. That's the kind of parents we are.
Not healthy. Here's a look at our 2 days of KGW weather impact alert. Scattered showers today, picking up in number as we progress. So far, we really haven't had enough rain in the Portland metro area for it to really be wet on the ground, but eventually we will. And again, later today, look out, listen for the possibility of some storms, maybe some hail, rumbles of thunder. Tomorrow, don't forget, we're still on track to see that push of steady rain between 8 and 2 across the Portland area. And by tomorrow evening, most of the rain is going to be over, but there could be some scattered evening showers. Upper level low is starting to slide its way inland. It has fired up the showers here on the west side, and also some rain showers out over Baker City and up toward Lewiston, up into Idaho. But again, at least here in the valley, we just haven't had that much total rain yet. Salem's had a little bit more rain than what Portland's had. You can see the current movement of the rain coming from west to east. We're in the 50s. Temperatures won't budge a whole lot today. I think we'll at least bounce up to 60, but we'll see. It's about the same everywhere. We have a mixed bag of cloudiness statewide. And here's what you really want to see. So 8 o'clock this morning, okay, there's the scattered showers. Here they are at noon. The bright colors representing the chance of some spotty downpours, maybe some hail, maybe a rumble of thunder. Really no change this evening in that situation. There's 8 o'clock. And then here comes tomorrow. This is 8 o'clock in the morning. So this is a big batch of rain coming from the north. Just comes down, and then what time is this? This is 1 in the afternoon. It's been raining steadily for a good 4 hours now in Portland. The latest does have the back edge of this rain off of the coast. I thought maybe that would be a question where the back edge of that rain is. And then tomorrow, 1 in the afternoon, everything continues to drop down to the south, and eventually we'll break out of it, and then that leads to a pretty quiet Saturday evening. Rain total map, I'm just sticking with what I've been saying basically all week. I think there's a real good chance all of us here on the west side will at least get a half of an inch of rain in the valley and at the coast. And some of us could see an inch, which is give or take what the map is continuing to show. Also continuing to show widespread shower activity with most gauges getting some measurable rainfall. So obviously with all the fire news we've had, this is terrific news. All right, numerous showers at the coast today, spotty downpours, temperatures holding in the 50s for the valley. Similar, that chance of thunder or some hail this afternoon, southwest winds 5 to 15. Temperatures up around 60, give or take. Southwest Washington, same deal. Vancouver, 63. I've got Portland at 63. Then tomorrow, if the steady rain does end, let's say by 2, then we'd have a chance to get up to about 60. Of course, summer begins in the 7 o'clock hour this evening. So tomorrow's the first full day of summer. And it's only going to be maybe 60. And then we've got a pretty nice Sunday, though, with mainly dry weather becoming partly sunny, 71. And then true summer weather Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. And that is your update.
let's just say summer starts Monday. How about that, Rob?
Well, that's easier to understand, isn't it?
Yeah. Quick look at your drive times this morning. Things starting to slow down a little bit on that drive on I-5 South from Main Street to 405. It's now a 12-minute drive. Things still moving pretty smoothly, though, on the I-205 southbound lanes from Patton Parkway to I-84. Traffic, man, is still moving almost 60 miles an hour there.
Your body recognizes it's the journey, not the outcome. I can't control the outcome. Sometimes I can't get up the cliff before the ocean's washed it all away. I don't get to see what I did.
So to come on Sunrise Healing through Sand Art. We're headed to Seal Rock for this week's Let's Get Out There. Sunrise streaming live at 7 continues in just 2 minutes.
KGW's Evening News. Important stories to help you stay informed and keep your family safe.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Christine Pitawanich.
And I'm David Molko.
Weather impact alerts to help you plan your week.
We need to be extra careful with anything that can throw a spark.
And a team of local journalists connected to our community. David Molko, Christine Pitawanich, and Matt Zafino. Your Evening News team, tonight on KGW.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yeah.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW+.
And this week's Let's Get Out There, we're heading to Seal Rock to the Oregon coast, where KGW's John Goodwin met a woman who uses the sand to create incredible art. Take a look.
It's magic. I really don't have any idea how I do it, but I do, and here we go.
A beach day with Karen Chalmers is so much more than just time at the coast.
This is my $1 trillion art studio, and the wave takes it away, and I get up and I get to do it again, and that's kind of life in a nutshell. And it's a glorious journey.
Seal Rock, south of Newport, holds a special place in Karen's heart. This section of beach off Highway 101 is where she pours it out and transforms into spinning sands.
I'm just walking on the beach, holding a rake in my hand, organizing my footprints.
It all starts with a spin.
And when I'm spinning, I literally just say, heel.
In tow,
3, my turn.
her dog Bo, patrolling Karen's canvas as she gets to work. Several years ago, Karen finally got a diagnosis for a rare genetic condition she had dealt with for a long time. After numerous surgeries, hospital visits, and now post-traumatic stress, she began healing by drawing a line in the sand.
That I was really ill and I had to let go of attachments in order just to survive. Healing is possible. This is me now.
When the tide is lowest, Karen is at her best.
So there's an imaginary spot right over there that I am now going to try to circle.
Creating giant sand mandalas using only a metal rake. The site pulls you in.
Hopefully from above you will see it says Oregon, and it's Mount Hood and our pine trees and our ocean with some lighthouses.
We wanted to come and see her spinning. I followed her on Facebook for quite a while, and here I am. I've never seen anything like it.
Sometimes she will draw it out on paper, and then sometimes she'll just come out here and it will happen. The way she can make the lines and the circles so perfect without any help. It's just incredible to me.
And I'm honored and delighted that other people seem to get a lot of joy out of it. I'm gonna do this again, and then I'm gonna start doing this detail work.
It usually takes a few hours, but by the time she's done, Karen transforms this coastline into her masterpiece, working against the surf.
It's coming in quick. Your body recognizes it's the journey, not the outcome. I can't control the outcome. Sometimes I can't get up the cliff before the ocean's washed it all away. I don't even get to see what I did. But it's just being here.
The tide always comes back, but so does Karen. The beauty she creates doesn't have to last to leave a mark.
That tide is already starting to clip it. There's nothing I can do. This entire thing is going to be erased. But while you're doing it, your mind and body recognize the impermanence/futility of what you're doing. You can't keep it. You cannot hold on to it.
At Seal Rock, I'm John Goodwin. Let's get out there.
Starting today, you can head out to Cannon Beach for the annual Cannon Beach Sandcastle Contest. And it doesn't matter if it's raining, the contest will happen, rain or shine. Starting at 10 o'clock later this morning, there will be live demonstrations from master sandcastle builder Bill Rose. And then Saturday, the real contest begins. Judging will happen at 5:15 p.m. and you'll want to stick around for the beach party, which starts at 7. The contest, by the way, has been going on since 1964. And coming up at 8, KGW Sunrise continues live on KGW Plus with continuing coverage of breaking news of an overnight shooting and chase that ended on a Portland golf course.
Then later next hour, a look at the moment police served a search warrant connected to a bomb threat along I-5. The suspect in that case is set to appear in court later today. More Sunrise for you coming up here in 2 minutes.